All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone and to all the Akim across the globe. Preaching the word truth for the city, I want to say Shalom. So I die now from the great millstone campus, Chicago, with another lesson. I'm cool using that word another, with a lesson. That's always, I'm going to say that. All right, this is basically going into how we're going to be coming into times where just by our conduct and our talk amongst each other and how we talk to other people, it's going to tell who we are. Because the answers that we give are not going to be carnal answers; they're going to be spiritual answers as we speak the word of the Lord. All right, and there are people who, and I've encountered this many times with the brothers. I've encountered this many times with the brothers being out somewhere, and people were amazed about how we spoke to each other and the content of our conversation and how we treated each other. And they always ask, they ask, are we brothers? We always tell them, yeah, and we're good friends. And so we speak the way we act, people take notice of that. And there can become a time where because of those actions and because of our speech, we're going to get turned in. All right, just say it's the scriptures. And we got an example here with Peter and a couple other examples. The Lord willing, the lesson edifying. Matthew 26:69. Now Peter sat without in the palace, and a damsel came unto him, saying, that also was with Yahushua at Galilee. Now this is the time where Yahushua put up on the cross. But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. Right, because the Lord prophesied that Peter's going to deny him 3 times. All right. And when he was gone out into the porch, another maid saw him and said unto them that were there, this fellow was also with Yahushua of Nazareth. And again he denied, and with an oath, I do not know the man. All right. So, he saw the persecution and what Yahushua went through, and him being around with Yahushua, being in contact with him, people seen him together, people heard them preach and teach. All right. So Peter was widely known also. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew. And all right, now let's get the whole let's get the whole part. It's the point I wanted to get. So like in Matthew 26:73. And after a while came unto him they that stood by and said to Peter, surely thou also art one of them, for thy speech bewrayeth thee. All right, so that's the point of the lesson, is Matthew 26:73. All right, it says they know him by his speech. All right, and let's go get into the word of speech. All right, because by our speech, it's going to be known that we are men of the Lord, man, and that we do follow Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right, speech. Speech, i.e. story, dialect, mode of speech, pronunciation. Speech, which discloses the speaker's native country. So it goes in like accent, but also goes into the mode of speech, the story. All right, what was the mode of speech? Let's look at that word mode real quick. The word mode. Okay, I guess that's not let me get this. Right, because hey, people know us by the way we conduct ourselves, man. All right, we're not so unnoticed as someone like to think. All right, you get us together, and it says a way. It's like a mode from the online dictionary, a way of manner in which something occurs or is experienced, expressed, or done. A fashion or style in clothes, art, literature. All right. So Mode is basically a manner, a manner or way, Um, how we speak, how we express ourselves through these scriptures is a mode, man. All right, it's a form, process, technique, method, way, manner. All right. So the way we speak is a is a manner of what we speak and how we speak. All right. It says speech, i.e., a story, dialect, mode of speech, pronunciation. And that's what's gonna have gotten some of us in trouble too. You might be at a party or get together with people you may not know, and just by your answers and by your conversation, people are going to exactly know that you're not one of them. All right, and they're going to turn them off. All right, we start, especially if you get to the point where you start condemning them about what they eat and um, uh, the holy days and the Shabbat and things of that nature, man. All right, it's going to be well known that we're not part of the world, man, just by our manner of speech. Okay. Let me read this again and I'll move on to Matthew 26:73. And after a while came unto him they that stood by and said to Peter, surely thou also art one of them, for thy speech bewrayeth thee. Let's look at that word bewrayeth. All right, so we understand what speech is, right? The manner of speaking, all right? Our method of speaking, right? Evident, clear, manifest. So the way we speak, all right, and what we speak about evident is made. And we go to the word manifest. It means to be made known. All right. So when we speak, people know that we speak. All right, of these scriptures, we speak of the Lord, man, of the gospel. All right. It's evident. It's clear that when you're amongst the brethren and we're out and about and we're dealing with the public. And believe me, people hear us when we're talking in those lines at Walmart about the Lord. People hear us when we go out at the restaurants and talk about the Lord in these scriptures. People hear you when you're on the bus talking to a stranger, giving them some understanding about these scriptures, man. It's evident that our responses are not of men, but of what? Of power of the Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right. So the word Bewrayeth means clear as evident. All right. When it comes down to it, it's gonna be very evident who the men of the Lord are, man. Just by their speech, man. It's, Mark 13:9. It says, but take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my name's sake, for a testimony against them. And the gospel must first be published among all nations. But when they shall lead you and deliver you up, take no thought beforehand what ye shall speak, neither do ye premeditate. But whatsoever shall be given you in that hour, that speak ye, for it is not ye that speak, but the Holy Spirit. So they're going to know that they're going to be of the Lord when we speak, man. Okay? Just like how now we just, and I say all because what we're doing is a very heavy deal. But when we're doing our lessons, when we're out on the line teaching how inflamed and enraged and unraveled these heathens and these Edomites become, all because we speak the words of the Lord. It's evident. Our speech bewrayeth us, man. Okay? All right? So I was going to Acts, and get to another example, 6th chapter, 8 and 10. It says, you can read the whole chapter yourself, but for the sake of time, let's get to Acts 6 and 8. And Stephen, full of faith and power, did great wonders and miracles among the people. Then there arose certain of the synagogue, which is called the synagogue of the Libertines, and Cyrenians, and Alexandrians, and of them of Cilicia, and of Asia, disputing with Stephen. Now, here we are, we got Stephen full of faith, who did great powers and miracles and wonders. But yet the people of these lands disputed with him still, man. All right? It says, and they were not able to resist the wisdom and the spirit by which he spake. And that's that power, man. That's the words that were coming out of his mouth, his speech. All right? His beraying of words his evidence, his clear manifestation of the words we spake, which is what? Wisdom, man. Wisdom of what? Of who? Yahweh Shai, man. Then they stubborn men, which said, we have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against the Most High. And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes and came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council. Right, all because of his speech, man. All right? And that's what's going to happen to some of us, man. And on a low level, we have been brought up, people try to bust you out at your family gatherings, trying to get people against you, man. Try to lie and bear false witness against you. All because of what? All because we speak the words of Yahweh Shai, man. All right? It says, and they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes and came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council. Didn't we just read this is going to happen in Mark 13? All right? Here's an example of this, man. And set up false witnesses which said this man ceases not to speak blasphemous words against the holy place and the law. All right? And that's that's to give you a little backdrop of what's going to happen now. This is Acts 7. Right, Acts 7:2, and he's, I'm sorry, 1. Then said the high priest, are these things so? So the high priest is questioning Stephen now. And Stephen said, and he said, men, brethren, and fathers, hearken the power of glory appeared unto our father Abraham when he was in Mesopotamia, before he dwelt in Haran. And said unto him, get thee out of the country and from thy kindred, and come into the land which I shall show thee. Then came he out of the land of the Chaldeans that dwelt in Haran, and from thence, when his father was dead, he removed him into this land where ye now dwell. All right, and it's going to go on, and basically what Stephen is doing is breaking down, because these are Israelites he's talking to, breaking down the not the laws, the history of our nation, man. All right. Let me see. Keep going down. Slovakia. Cause this whole time, he was cutting them, man. All right. It says, we're jumping down to 54, Acts 7 and 54. When they heard these things, which was what? The history and the breakdown about how the Israelites and things. When they heard these things, they were cut to the heart, and they gnashed on them with their teeth. But he, being full of the Holy Spirit, looked up steadfastly into heaven. Man, no, that's not what I want. Here it is. Okay. It says, Salakia. It says, 54. It says, when they heard these things, they were cut to the heart, and they gnashed on them with their teeth. But he, being full of the Holy Spirit, looked up steadfastly into heaven, and saw the glory of the Most High, and Yahweh Shai standing on the right hand of the Most High. And he said, behold, I see the heavens opened, and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of the Most High. He still prophesied and telling them and speaking the words of the Lord. Then they cried out with a loud voice and stopped their ears and ran upon him with one accord and cast him out of the city and stoned him. And the witness laid down their clothes at a young man's feet whose name was Saul. All right, because Saul was there, and he was with it. And they stoned Stephen, calling upon the Most High, and said, Yahweh Shai, receive my spirit. And he kneeled down and cried with a loud voice, Lord, lay not this sin to their charge. When he had said this, he fell asleep. All right, so Stephen was falsely accused of blasphemy. All right, he was brought to the synagogue and to the high priest, and they stoned him for the words of Yahweh Shai, man. All because of the manifestation of his speech. All right, which is going to happen again, man. 1 Peter 3 and 16, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation and Meshiach. And these people do speak evil of us, man. Why? Because of our conversations with the Lord, our conduct. Part of our conduct is our speech. That's why it's important to act a certain way when we're out, like when we're out and about and dealing in the world, man. All right? So we got to make sure that we conduct ourselves, in such a manner, all right? It's having a good conscience that where they speak evil of you as evildoers. Why? Because we're contrary to them, man. All right? We were made to reprove, rebuke, and correct our people, man. They may be ashamed that falsely accuse you, your good conversation, and mess you up. They're going to be ashamed, man. All right? Because they didn't really reject the words of the Lord, man. In Matthew 5:11, it says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness. Started 10. Blessed are they that which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets which were before you. All right, so they persecuted the prophets that were before. The greater prophet was who? Yahweh Shai, man. All right, and a lot of that persecution is going to become because of the things that we speak. All right, so with that, I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh Shai, double honor to the apostle, the elder, great millstone, and until next time, Shalom.